Welcome DIYers, non-DIYers, and DIY enthusiasts to the Crafty Nana channel. I'm going to share with you how to create this nautical heart. Primarily, you need 3 items: a wooden heart, rope, and seashells. All of these items you see came from the Dollar Tree. I decided not to use the hearts that's shown here, but instead I used some pearls. You will see those later in this video. To begin, since the heart will be half rope and half shells, I'm using a ruler to figure out where my rope line should be. I then use the ruler's edge to help draw a straight line across the heart. If you guys are anything like me, I can never get a straight line across. So I needed a little help with that ruler. Now that the rope line is drawn, I'm now gluing my rope to the outer edge of the top portion of my heart. You want to glue the rope as close to the edge as possible, since this is the area that the shells will be added to. I slid a napkin I had laying around to catch any glue drips. This wasn't a good idea, since I was worried about the tissue sticking. I usually lay down parchment paper, which makes for an easy cleanup if you get drips. I feel the rope serves well as an outline and gives the top of my heart a finished look. What do you think thus far? I'm running a bead of glue down the line that I drew. I'm laying my rope right on top of the glue line. If you noticed, I didn't cut my rope prior to gluing it across the center. Since I'm wrapping the rope around the bottom of the heart, I didn't want to have to worry about the rope unraveling. Make sure that as you begin wrapping the rope around the heart, you are adding dabs of glue and pushing the rope firmly against the other rope to ensure there are no gaps or spaces between them. I am gluing and pushing the rope together on both sides of the heart to make sure that it's secure all the way around. With the help of movie magic, I'm fast forwarding through the wrapping, but I do want to show how I did the bottom end of the heart. Once I reached the bottom of the wood, I curled the rope around and glued it in place to close up the hole at the bottom. By the way, I'm using an 11-foot rope. Dollar Tree also has a 6-foot rope, so make sure you read the packaging, because you will need to use 2 packs of rope instead of 1. I should have probably done this first. I'm removing the tag along with the twine hanger. The next step is to attach the seashells. I actually bought 2 different bags of seashells. A bag that had different types of shells, and the bag that I'm using, which has all the same type of seashells. I chose the bag with the same shaped seashells because I want to keep the design uniform. But think about how interesting this area could look with a hodgepodge of shells. Since this bag contains different sizes of the seashells, I'm laying them on the heart to ensure a good fit prior to gluing them down. I'm laying them with the widest end against the rope. I'm using a mixture of Fix-All and hot glue. I'm applying the Fix-All around the thin rim of the shell and the hot glue at the tip, or should I say, the thicker part of the shell. You don't want to use the hot glue along the lower or thinner edge of the shell because the glue may ooze and show. Now that the first row is down, we get to do this all over again. When adding the subsequent rows of shells, I'm positioning the shell in between the 2 lower shells. Since the shells are different sizes, you want to use the shells which will leave the least amount of spaces. In some of the spaces along the edges, I had to use some smaller shells. This is what my nautical heart looks like. I could have stopped here, but I felt like I needed to add a little more pizzazz. Since I had the other bag of shells, I decided to use a few of them. I haven't a clue about the different types of shells, but I took 4 of the long shells. I used some Fix-All and glued them in the shape of an X. Then I glued one of the larger shells to use as an O. This is my version of hugs and kisses. I felt like I needed to perform a little cosmetic surgery. I've decided to add a couple of shells to cover where the edging rope meets the wrapped rope. Same as before, I added fix-all glue to the back of the shells and placed them where I needed coverage. You all know I can never leave well enough alone. So off camera, I added pearl beads to the shells to cover up where they were glued together. I like the pearl look so much, I decided to add pearls up to the top region of the heart. So I added a dab of glue to each pearl and used a pair of tweezers to place a pearl in each of the spaces that was shown between the shells. Let me know in the comments about what you think. Was adding the pearls a good choice, or if I should have left well enough alone? Well, you can't have a nautical heart without an anchor. I was so happy when I went to Walmart and came across this wooden anchor. And painting it with a silver metallic paint. Offline, I applied a second coat of metallic paint. In addition, I applied a coat of silver glitter paint to give the anchor a little more sparkle and shine. I know you were wondering, why is she leaving the rope hanging on the end? This is what I'm going to use to anchor my anchor to the heart. Did you get that? Anchor my anchor? I'm pulling the rope through the anchor's hole. I wrapped the rope around the anchor and glued it to the back of it. I dabbed a little glue at the top of the anchor to hold it in place. Here's an idea. If you give this to someone, you could tell them that they are your anchor, or you anchored my heart. You know, something cheesy like that. I opened another pack of rope. I'm using it for my hanger. Measure out how much you need. Tape the end of the rope prior to cutting it so the rope doesn't unravel. I'm using blue tape because that's what was close by. Cut your rope. I like knotting the rope on the ends before gluing it. I then applied fix-all and hot glue to hold the rope in place. Here's my finished nautical heart. I feel it's fitting for catching any sailor's heart, not only on Valentine's Day, but during any day of the year. I hope you like it. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I'm Crafty Nana. I create indoor and outdoor home decor on a budget using multiple media, wood, metal, cloth, etc. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome, and I hope you will come back. If you enjoyed my video, please click like. If you want to be getting notified when my next video is available, please subscribe and click the notification bell. If you know someone who likes these kinds of videos, please share. Thank you for your support.